Yeah, so you'll start with your feet wide and your knees, let them knock in. Do you like these or? Yeah, me too. There you go. Okay, great. Yep, perfect. So your knees go together like a little mountain. Make a mountain with your legs. Your feet go wide, your knees come together. And just have your palms facing open just to receive a little bit of energy. Draw a deep breath in through your nose. And when you exhale, exhale out through your mouth. Press all the air out. Yeah. And feel your lower back spread across the mat. Yeah. Nowhere to go, nothing to do, just some yoga, which is essentially just movement with no end to it. So there's nowhere you have to get in any of these poses. Ujjayi breath. Inhale through the nose to the back of the throat. Exhale through the nose to the back of the throat. And start to feel the cycle of breath, because linking the breath with the movement is really, the whole goal. Good. You can keep your eyes closed. Take your hands behind your head like you're on a little raft. Elbows are going to spread open. And you just windshield washer your knees to the right. Yeah. So your right knee will go a little higher than the left. And that's a great way to begin to stretch the psoas muscle on the left side. So as you drop your knees over to the right, you're only going to drop them as far as they're able to go for today. Hands stay behind the head, so you stay very grounded. And you'll come up through center and you're going to windshield washer your legs the other direction. Yes. So your right knee will go a little longer and your left leg will go a little higher. Perfect. And then you'll come up to center. You're going to do it one more time on each side. Just windshield washer. So the feet are wide and the knees just drop down. The elbows stay down on the mat. You'll come up to center and you'll drop your knees over to the left. Same deal. Good. You'll come up to center. You'll neutralize, blink your eyes open. You're going to bring your feet so they're a little bit more parallel. So hips width distance. The hands will stay behind the head, okay? The right leg will stay on the ground. The left leg's going to lift up towards the sky. Now, I know for some of us, it's really hard to straighten the left leg. So if there's a little bend to it, it's okay, okay? The right hand is going to touch towards the left shin or the foot, however you can do this. And then you're going to lower the arm and the leg like you're swimming. Start with the head down. I don't want this to be too aggressive. So you're going to bring it up. The elbow stays down, so the lower back is rooted. And then you're going to lower everything down. So there's just lots of elongation of the core of the lower back. So you're just going to move on your own breath and you're going to come up. So the lower is slow and the up has got a little bit more energy. So yeah, it's just beginning to slowly move. Yeah, and then if you feel that you want a little bit more in your core, the left elbow can lift up off the ground and the head can lift up off the ground subtly, and that's going to give you a little bit more intensity. But not all of us need that. Don't look so happy. Yeah, it could be worse. So you're just moving. You're keeping your lower back down. So you're only lifting your leg as high as it's going to lift. Yep. And the hand to that shin area. That's it. Just linking the movement with the breath. Perfect. Keep going. You look super psyched. Yep, couple more. Aren't you happy you got up out of bed? Yep, keep going. You got 4 more. On the exhale breath, try and touch the hand to the shin. On the way down, elongate. 2 more. 1 more. Make it big, bold, and beautiful. Wasn't that a soap opera? And then release. Bend the left leg, take it flat to the ground, bring the hands behind the head, start with the shoulder blades down, the elbows down, lift the right leg up, left hand to right shin, or in that relative area. If it doesn't make it there, don't stress, okay? Lower it down. So as you elongate, I really want you to focus on the lower back staying rooted to the mat and everything getting long, and then you bring it back up. So it's like this opening and closing and elongation of the entire body. Yes. I lower slow and then the up a little bit more energy if that's possible. If you need a little more, your head lifts, but you're not crunching your neck. So as you lift your head stays very neutral to the sky. So Karen, don't move your neck. Keep everything very long. That's it. If the elbow lifts, that's it, Kim. Just keep the elbow very open towards the sky, and you're only touching to the spot where your neck stays neutral. So you're not compromising anything in your spine. That's it. Keep going. You're moving on your breaths. Maybe you're doing 3 of them and they're really, really slow and painful, or you're doing 33 very fast, like a hit and run. Good. Keep going. Good. You're going to take 4 more. Yep. Use your breath. Find the elongation in the body. Squeeze the abdominal wall in the up. Nice, Jen. 2 more. You got it. 1 more. A little more power, a little more energy. And then release. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a big squeeze. Cross at your ankles. You can rock and roll a couple times. You're going to come up into a tabletop position. I mean, as many kind of rocks to get up. Tabletop position. Your hands go directly underneath the shoulders. You can have the tops of the feet on the ground, or actually curl the toes today if you can. Curl the toes. Yeah, because it's going to stretch out the base of the feet. Inhale, sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round the spine deeply, look in. Really basic movement, but this stuff works and feels good. Sink the spine down and look forward. Good. Exhale, round and look in. Sink the spine down and look forward. Exhale, round and look in. Good. Again, sink the spine down, look forward. Movement and breath. Exhale, round and look in. Good. Come to a flat back tabletop position. So I'm going to encourage you today to have your palms flat on the ground. If you'd like to slide blocks underneath your hands and kind of play with that today, I'm going to welcome that into the practice. If that's not for you, you just keep the hands on the floor, okay? So now you're going to lift your knees up off the ground. It's going to look like this. So you're hovering in the tabletop. The neck stays very neutral, okay? Without the hips moving too much, your right hand's going to come to the left shoulder and you're going to tap it and then bring it back down. Do this really slow. Hand to the shoulder, opposite. Bring it back down. So you're just switching sides. Hand to shoulder, bring it back down. Hand to shoulder, bring it back down. The goal is not to really move too much. Good. Come back to neutral, both hands down. You're going to slide your right leg back into plank and then the left leg back into plank. So now you're in a regular plank position with your tailbone nice and long. You're leading a little with your heart. You're going to drop your knees down at an angle, lower halfway to a supported push-up. If you don't take push-ups, just take a plank and hold. You're going to re-straighten your arms into supported plank. You're going to lift your knees in plank position. You're going to crawl your knees back into the supported little tabletop where the knees are hovering. That's why I'm doing it with you, Brittany. Yep. And then you're going to tap it out, hand to shoulder, hand to shoulder. Good. Without the hips moving. So you're in a little tabletop with the knees hovering, hand to shoulder. Try to not move the hips up too much. Come back to neutral. Slide your right leg back plank. Slide your left leg back plank. If you need to drop your knees, drop your knees. If not, take a push-up. Straighten your arms. Bear crawl the knees back in. Supported little hovering tabletop. Here we go. Tap it out. If you weren't sore this morning, now we will be. Yeah. Tap it out. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. You're in a hovering tabletop. Neutral. Left leg back, right leg back, plank. Halfway to a push-up. Plank position. Last one. Crawl the knees back in. Opposite hand, opposite shoulder. You got it. Use your core. Use your breath. Come back to neutral. Right leg back plank, left leg back plank. Push up. Plank position. Hips up and back, down dog. You've never been so happy. Downward facing dog. Take up a lot of space in your down dog. Breathe your hips way up off your shoulders. This practice, a lot of it's about getting out of your own way. So think less and feel more. Nothing's intended to ever be perfect. So we just come in here and we just work to our best ability, work on our alignment, work on our breath, and we work on our focus. Roll forward to a plank. It's going to feel easy after all that nonsense. If push-ups do work better for you with your knees down, please take that on, okay? Halfway to a push-up that works for you. Press back up, plank. Very nice job. Hips go up and back, down dog. Walk your feet up to the top of the mat. Take as many steps as you need this morning. So if you feel tight in your low back, you're gonna be crawling to get up there, which is okay. When you arrive, long spine on the inhale. If your hands don't make it to the floor this morning, please slide something underneath them or hands to shins. Exhale the breath, fold, let the head go. Do that again. Inhale, long spine. That's exactly it. Perfect. Exhale the breath, fold. Great. Root to rise, come all the way up. Come up nice and slow, always a slight bend in the knees. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. You can choose to practice with your feet together or a little separated, sometimes a little nice in that low back, okay? Arms go straight up towards the sky. Dive over bent knees, forward fold, let your head go. Long spine, step, step to plank. Halfway to a push-up. Up dog this time, or baby cobra if back is sensitive. Kevin, go into a baby cobra if that's too aggressive. Hips go up and back, down dog. If you feel like up dog puts too much pressure in the low back, just drop all the way down to your belly and take a baby cobra as an option. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step your feet to the top of the mat. You can hop if you've had a lot of coffee. Some of us have not had enough. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, plank. If you are gonna hop, you have to hop light into a low push-up. That was great. The up dog, if you're taking it on, it's really smooth, slow, and effective. Press even. Hips up and back, down dog. You feel like you're better in that? Great. Take that, just slide your hands back an inch and you'll be perfect. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, you can float, you can crawl to the top of the mat. There's absolutely zero judgment. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Feel the ground. Take it easy. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Keep going like this. Arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees, forward fold. Let your head go. Long spine to set it up. Step, step to plank. If you're going to hop, it's got to be a light motion into a low push-up. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Perfect. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. Step or float, top of mat. Long spine. Fold. Root to rise. Come all the way up. Anchor yourself. Come up easy. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Again, arms go straight up. Dive over bent knees. Forward fold. Long spine to prepare. Step, step, float through your vinyasa. If you're not taking push-ups, you're not taking back bends, you're welcome to just find your way to a dog and hold for an extra beat. Breathe your right leg up and back. If you're in the back row, just be mindful of the wooden shelf. Yeah, when you lift your leg, you're lifting from your inner thigh, so your sacrum, your pelvis, everything is very neutral. Point your right toes, come forward and hug your right knee in towards your navel. It's just a general direction of your leg towards your chest. So if it doesn't make it there, it's okay. Look forward with your eyes. Step the right foot forward and through. Walk your right foot over to the right. Yes, just a little bit. Rise to a high lunge. As you come up into high lunge, I find sometimes we have to soften our back left knee or even completely drop it down to the ground if the balance is not there today. If you can energize your arms to the sky, that's great. Heavy in the front thigh, so the thigh bone slides back into the hip socket. Feel your breath. Yeah, it's there to help you. Your body's like a ride. It's like a roller coaster ride. Isn't it wild how things change? Yeah, I think that's the neatest part. Hands to the earth. Okay, so having a little fun today, guys, because we're all about having fun. I mean, why should we take ourselves too seriously, right? Spring to the top of the mat. It may not look so springy. You're going to cross your ankles. You're going to cross your ankles at the top. I gave a lot of you blocks to have at the top of the mat because I need you to bring the floor up to you so this is less of an aggressive stretch. Take a block under each hand if this feels very challenging, and then fold straight down the center today. Yep. Good. Let your head go. Soften your shoulders. And anytime we do any forward folding business, we bend our knees and we transfer our weight forward. That's it. Good job, guys. Come to the fingertips. You're going to keep your right foot where it is. You're going to unravel your left leg and step it way back into a warrior one. When you take warrior one today, I want you to widen your stance a lot. So it's almost, it feels weird. Your right foot all the way over, your left foot all the way over. So it's a wide positioning. Definitely try this, Kev. It's going to be much better for the low back. It's a very wide positioning, even more. Keep going. Then rise warrior one. Yes. This opens up the entire low back. Perfect. Even more, wider. You're not used to it. Sit deep into the front thigh. There you go. Great. Outer blade of your back foot presses firm. Yeah. Hands to the earth, plank position. Decide what you want here. If you got a lot of energy, add in some extra push-ups. If you're not feeling energetic, just do one or take on none. Up dog. Hips go up and back, down dog. Breathe your left leg up and back. When you lift your leg, lift with intention and from your inner thigh. Point your left toes. Come forward and hug your left knee towards your navel. Squeeze it straight in, and even if it doesn't get close to you, it's okay. Arms stay straight up and down. Look forward with your eyes. Step your left foot forward. High on the ball of your back foot. Before you just bounce up, soften a little behind your back right knee, and then come up crescent lunge. And decide, maybe you even need to drop your whole knee down to the ground. It's fine. You got it. Yeah, if anything's going on in your neck and shoulders today, just have your hands, in prayer at your heart, your hands on your hips, your arms alongside your body. I mean, there's so many ways to take on this practice, guys. Neck stays neutral. The back knee can drop. Hands to frame your front foot, pause. You're going to spring to the top and cross your right ankle in front of your left and use the blocks. So as you cross your right ankle in front of your left ankle, your toes touch. Come to the fingertips, long spine, soften behind the knees. Exhale the breath, fold, go down the center. Can you soften your shoulders? Can you soften behind your knees a little more? Can you shift your weight just a tad more forward? Come to the fingertips, long spine if you're not already there. Keep your left foot where it is, and you're going to take a very big step back with your right foot, but wider in width. There you go. Turn your back foot in about a 70-degree angle, and then rise warrior one. So the positioning of the feet are a little wider today. Yeah. And then there's room to spin your right ribs forward. Arms can always be here, hands on your hips if anything's going on in your shoulders. Good. Hands to the floor, plank. When you hit plank, decide what you need. Maybe less is more today. The up dog pulls you through your body. Hips go up and back, down dog. Look to the top. Step, step, float, skip, crawl. Land light, long spine. Fold. Chair pose. You could take chair with your feet a little separated or together. Stick your butt back a little. Soften the shoulders down the back. Shoot up to stand up. Drag your hands to prayer. Drop your arms. We're going to take 3 sun Bs together. Arms go straight up towards the sky. Heavy in your heels for chair. Sit way back. Your chair, everyone's chairs are going to look different. Some of us sit way into these low baby chairs. Some of us are higher. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to set it up. You can step, you can float, you can skip. Get to the back of the mat. Halfway to your push-up. The up dog pulls you through your body. The hips go up and back down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. If you like the wider positioning of the warrior one, you're welcome to, keep it going or take it more traditional. Warrior one, right side. Hands back down to the ground, plank position. Chaturanga. Up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back down dog. The left foot lands, the back foot turns. Rise on the breath, warrior one. You do what you can. To the floor we go through our vinyasa of choice. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Arms stay straight. Look where you want to go. You can step, you can float, you can skip, get to the top. Long spine, fold. Chair pose, weights in your heels. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer, drop your arms. Here we go, with a little pep in our step. Arms go straight up, chair pose. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold. Long spine to prepare ourselves. Step, step to plank or float light. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands, the back foot turns. I'm naturally picking up the pace, but we're all different, so you move at your own. To the floor we go. We'll meet up in our down dog in a moment. So just keep going. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Step the left foot forward on your beat, on your breath, rise. To the floor we go. Through your vinyasa, we meet in a down dog. We meet in down dog. Feel your down dog. Feel your outer triceps grip. Feel your shoulders pull away from your ears and feel your hip bones lift. Good, we're gonna do one more of these bad boys. Arms stay straight. Look where you wanna go. Step or float to the top. Long spine, fold. Hit the chair pose. Shoot up to stand up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Here we go, arms go straight up. Chair pose, weight in your heels. Dive over, bent knees, forward fold, let it go. Long spine sets you up, step or float through your vinyasa of choice. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. The right foot lands. You do what you can, warrior one. To the floor we go through our vinyasa. Perfect. Yep, move through your vinyasa and you're gonna do the other side. Left foot lands, back foot turns, rise, warrior one. See, you've arrived. Everyone looks much better than 10 minutes ago. Chaturanga, upward facing, hips go up and back, down dog. Hold down dog, 5 breaths. Wherever you are in your practice, you'll meet in a down dog and you'll hold for 5 breaths. Look where you want to go. Step or float to the top. Get there light. Long spine. Fold. Sit into chair pose. Drag your hands to prayer at heart. Inhale the breath. We're going to hook and twist towards the right. This is a big one. If back is sensitive, don't twist so deeply. You can just make a very small movement or just hold chair. Yep. Less is more. Pay attention to the weight distribution in your feet. The weight should be back in your heels. Yep. And your left knee has a tendency to want to slide past the right. That generally comes from our hips. So keep everything very even and neutral. Lots of sweat today. Right, it's good. It's awesome. Jen, it looks great. Just watch that left knee. It's doing a little funny business on us. Chair pose, pull it around. So you're in your chair here, guys, okay? Your arms are up. Your weight's going to stay on your right foot. You're going to cross your left ankle over. We're going to go into an ankle to knee. This is why it's good to have the blocks in front. Yeah, you could use your hand, of course. You start to pivot forward, shift forward, weight comes forward, and then your hands come down onto those blocks because we want to get into our hips a little. Bring the blocks up to the highest setting. Yeah. Then the little trick with this is that you want to have your left foot flexed very strong around the outside of your right tricep. It kind of hooks in there. Yeah. And what we don't want is to like dump everything down. So keep your chest very open. Beautiful. And the weight stays in that standing heel. Come to the fingertips. Hands to your hips without the foot touching. Come up standing. Left knee lifts. Lower the left foot to the floor. Bring your arms up. Sit into chair. I know. Drag it to prayer. Inhale the breath and let's hook and twist the other direction. Watch the right knee. Yeah, the right knee. You know, I went back again to dead. I just got back. Yeah. I was at the last weekend. Yeah. It was awesome. It was just, the whole thing was very different than my first show. You really got a strong Jerry Garcia sense. It was an OG. Yeah. Yeah. Chair pose, guys. Stay on your legs. You're going to cross the other ankle. So it's the right ankle, most likely, unless you screwed it up. Good. Weight in your heels. Yeah, if you think you did this side, just do the side you didn't do. No problems. And then come forward. That's why I love yoga, because it's like, you know, you never can get it wrong. This time you have to flex that foot that's over the ankle. Yeah, flex it strong. And then you want to try and get the foot to hook to the outside of the tricep, because then you're creating that ledge. And just bring the blocks up as high as you need so you can really get in there. Weight in your heel. You got it. Couple more breaths. Stay with it. If you didn't tune in the other night, ESPN had a special. Mickey Hart did a whole thing on drumming and sports. It was really great. Yes, the connection between drumming and sports, and he interviews great athletes, and it's all about his experience. Very nice. Come to the fingertips. Slide your hands to your hips. Without letting your right leg touch, come up standing. Lower the right foot down. Arms go up. I need you to activate your legs, lengthen your tailbone. Drop your right arm alongside your body, stretch up, and you're just going to bring it a little, like a standing banana pose. Yeah, stretch the right hand down the side of your body and lengthen up. Deep within your feet and your core, come back up to center. The right arm stays up, the left arm drops down. So it's less about how far you're going and more how you're doing it. You want to really lengthen and feel the sideline of our body is getting this stretch. Let your left shoulder drop down your back. Come up to center with the deep core muscles, both arms up towards the sky, and then dive over bent knees, forward fold, let it go. Long spine sets you up. You're going to step, float, skip, get yourself back through your vinyasa. It was a great warm-up, guys. The up dog pulls you through. Hips go up and back, down dog. Here we go. We're going to get into the meat of the practice now. The right foot forward, the back foot turns. We're going to rise into our first warrior, warrior one. If you like the wider positioning, definitely try that out again. Interlace your hands behind your back. Yep. Inhale, lift the eyes of the shoulders. Exhale, come forward into your version of humble warrior, okay? And I say it that way with quotes around it, your version of humble warrior. Sometimes just having your stomach resting on your thigh is where it's at, okay? You don't have to come so deep. Grip your right hip in. Take the left side of your body and continuously pivot it forward towards my voice. I'm in the front of the room. Keep the bind behind your back. Start to bring your torso up. So as your torso lifts, the hands stay bound. Come up nice and slow. Straighten the right leg on track. Keep the bind. Pivot the right foot towards the left side of the room. Feet are about hips width, pretty wide actually. Inhale, lift the heart and chest. Exhale, we're going to come down the center into a wide straddle, as known as Dande Mana Bikattapada Paschimottanasana. Yes. I don't remember anything from last week, but I remember that. I know it's crazy. If the hands, keeping the hands bound does not feel good, pay attention to your body and take your hands directly between your feet into chaturanga-like arms and take the wide straddle that way. Or hook the big toes, the sides of your feet. Alexi, soften your knees a tiny bit and lift your hips up an inch and carry it towards your better half forward. There you go. Perfect. Slide your hands to your hips, come halfway up, come the rest of the way up. Open up your arms wide, okay? From your right hip, pick up your right toes and pivot it forward towards the front of the room. Turn your back left toes on a smidgen in and find your way into triangle today. So you're gonna pick your distance for triangle pose. Straight arms and straight legs, but always a little bend behind that front knee. If you need a block, the block would go to the outside of the calf. Some of us who are really tight, your hand may not even go down past your quadricep. What are you feeling? What part of your body? Okay, sit. So you could take triangle in a kneeling position. If staying close to the floor today for the next couple poses, try it on, but don't overdo it, okay? Yep. Sometimes stress, being fatigued, all of the above. It's called being a parent. Of course. And if it doesn't feel good, just come down, okay? Couple more breaths, guys. Yeah, do what you got to do. Step up into Ardha from here. We're already halfway there, so you might as well take it. Yep. Use the block. Bring the block forward. Slide your left hand to your hip if you need a little bit of extra balance. Focus on your right foot. Keep your right foot forward. Good work, guys. Slide it a little further. Yeah. You don't always have to go into the bind here. Sometimes it's just good to be basic. If you're dying to add the bind, of course, bring it in. But take the entire right side of the body and start to turn it open. Step back to triangle. It's a little bit of a tricky transition, but I think you can all do it. Pull up anywhere across the front of the shin or use your block. Just have the block to the outside of the calf. Pay attention to your right foot, guys. Make sure it's not turning in. Circle it to the floor. Let's hit plank position together. Halfway to a push-up. Pull yourself through an up dog. Take a downward facing dog. Step the left foot forward, turn the back foot sharp, rise warrior one. Yeah, a little bit of a wider positioning of your feet if you need that, if that felt good in your body. Drop your arms down alongside your body. If you can remember what grip you took, take the less familiar grip, opposite thumb, opposite baby finger. Eyes of the shoulders lift. Inhale the breath. Exhale, come forward into your version of humble warrior. No two sides of our body are the same, so don't just assume you're going to go where you went on the other side. Stomach can rest on your thigh. Yeah. Grip your left hip in and take the entire right side of the body and continuously wrap it forward. Your breath is leading the pose. So the second you stop breathing, the posture kind of goes, a little flat. Okay, Britt? Everyone's dizzy today. Anchor through your feet. Start to lift your torso. Come up slow. Take your time. Straighten the left leg. Pivot towards the feel good, deal good side. Inhale the breath. Exhale, fold. Holler if you need me. Yeah. Fold down the center. Turn your toes, Kara, a little bit. Yeah, perfect. Have your hands in between your feet or resting on blocks or on the sides of your feet for a forward fold here. Soften the shoulders a little bit. Lift your hips up a snag higher. Slide your hands to your hips. Come halfway up. Come slow. Come the rest of the way up. Open up your arms big. From your left hip, pick up your left toes and turn the toes forward. Turn the right toes on an angle. Pick your distance and find triangle. Yeah. When you use the block and triangle, just reminding you that your hand would go to the outside of the calf. Yeah, it's just a better positioning for the shoulders. If you're pulling up on your shin, you want to feel like you're moving the skin or the pant leggings up your leg. Yeah, so your shoulders slide down the back. It's like side plank with your arms. Your eyes energetically look sideways or look up. Step into Ardha. Just keep it moving. Ardha and Chandrasana, half moon. I almost forgot it. Yeah. Use your block. Watch the left foot. The nature is that our hip gets a little tired and weak and it starts to turn in. It's like a big yawn in the body. Flex your right toe strong and stack it open. Whatever you added on the other side, you should do the same here or just be in this basic form. Couple more breaths. You're rocking it. Pay attention to the front leg, guys. Soften it and step back to triangle. It's almost like you have to visualize what the triangle looks like, what it feels like, and then just step right back into it. Triangle. Pull up anywhere across the front of that shin. Let the top arm pull you up to stand. Take your hands to your hips. Pick up your left toes. Good. Turn your left toes towards the feel good, do good. Good. Pick up your right foot and turn it to the back skinny edge of the mat. Widen your stance, open up your arms, and sit now into warrior two. Yeah, warrior two. Your side ribs are pivoted towards the outside. Yeah. You're rotating your right thigh open. You're lengthening your tailbone like you're in a squat pose. And you're making sure that your knee is not moving over your front right toes. Jen, take a little bit of a bigger step, even larger. Larger than life. So in the moments we get to hold the pose, the true pose comes out. For the sake of today's practice, I want you to take your right elbow and rest it on the top of your right thigh and draw the left arm straight up. Now, if you want a little bit more this morning, you can use your right elbow to externally rotate your right thigh. What I mean by that is you'll use your elbow to kind of caddy it in there and press your thigh open. Now, with your left arm, you're going to take your left arm behind your back into a half bind. So it's almost like a modified extended side angle, but you're encouraging that thigh to stay open. The right palm stays up. That's exactly it. Soften the shoulder down the back. And then you're taking the half bind if it's available. It may not go all the way around. Don't stress. If it's not for you, you don't do it. You're taking your ribs and you're turning them and you're looking up. The breath is filling the body and the space that the body is creating. A couple more breaths. Warrior two, come on up. Warrior two. Slide your hands to your hips. Straighten your right leg. Pick up your right toes, turn it in. Pick up your left foot, turn it out to the front skinny edge of the mat. Pick your distance and find warrior two. So when you practice this way, it's a little bit more of an Iyengar style. It's a little slower. It's a little more methodical. It's a little bit of a pain in the ass, I know. But it really allows you to pick the right alignment for your body and feel what you need. So start to pay attention. Lengthen the tailbone, roll that inner thigh open, spread the collarbone in the chest, and just breathe into it. Feel your feet on the floor. Everything we do works from the ground up unless we're handstanding. Then it's our hands. Rest your arm on the top of the thigh, reach your right arm up. Start slow. I start with the elbow on the meaty part of the thigh and kind of check in. And then if you feel like you want to get in there a little more, you'll use your left elbow and press that thigh open. The right arm that's reaching up can reach behind the back. My mom's on Zoom, but this playlist is right up her alley. Now we're playing, just so you know, Mom, because you're probably not listening, we're playing Bob Dylan. Good. Grip your left hip in, turn your bottom ribs. Perfect. So use the elbow and get in there, and that's going to get you that external rotation. Check in with your breath. Where is it? Two more breaths. You got it. Warrior two, pull it up. Circle it to the floor through your vinyasa of choice. Maybe that's just back to down dog. That's okay. The up dog is smooth. Hips go up and back, downward facing dog. Let's hop our feet to the top of the mat or walk. Long spine. Fold. Let's root to rise, come all the way up to a standing position and drag our hands to prayer. Good. Standing on your right leg, take your left leg and just bring it up to a 90-degree angle. So you're on your right leg, guys. Yeah, have your blocks at the top of the mat. You'll need them. Flex your left foot strong. Good. Take your right hand to the outside of your left thigh. Everything you do in here, you should do it slow and small steps. Right. And then peel your left arm back. So this is great for today because this works on your balance and focus, coordination. You're using your core, you're flexing your foot. If you feel like you want to add in more, totally up to you. You can reach down and grab the outer blade of your left foot with your right hand. Totally optional. And kick the foot forward. The leg that you're standing on, that's the right leg, needs to be straight. The leg that's moving forward, don't worry about it. It can have as much bend as you need. Stand up a little taller and peel the chest a little more open. Good. You'll pull around to center. The leg stays up at a 90-degree angle, or the leg can be forward if you're looking for a little more intensity. The arms are going to stay up. You're going to use your blocks, okay? You're going to come through a warrior three with your fingertips on those blocks. So the blocks are going to be out a little further. Yeah. Use the blocks because I want the pelvis very neutral. Perfect. Beyond the blocks, you're in a warrior three. Keep the left hand down and take your right hand on the flat part of your back. That's it. Now, the hand on the You want your pelvis and your sacrum to be very neutral. So draw the neck. Two more. Right hand back down. Step to the top of the mat. Feet hips width distance. Yes. Inhale, long spine. Exhale the breath, fold. Root to rise, come all the way up. Drag it to prayer. Drop your arms. Stand on your left leg. Hug your right knee in. Just lift it up without using your hands, 90-degree angle. That's it. So just this works on your balance. Transferring the weight from one side to the other. Take your left hand to the outside of your right thigh and then begin to peel your right arm back. Start to look sideways. That's it. If you can get hold of the base of your right foot with your left hand and begin to extend the leg forward, give it a whirl. Kim, it looks good. Stays up. The leg could be bent in a 90-degree angle, it could be straight out in front of you. You're going to use your blocks. You're going to weave that leg forward and let your hands rest on the blocks for warrior three. Even if you know you can do warrior three without the blocks, use the blocks today. So you want to feel extension through your side body. It's kind of like how we started the class. So Brittany, it looks great. I just need you to take your right leg and turn it completely down towards the floor and get out of your left hip. I'm going to come do it for you, if that's okay with you. Yes. Good. So before we go anywhere, let's get Brittany even. Okay, she's ready for us. So the right hand's going to stay down. The left hand's just going to come to the flat part of your back. Because I'm trying to teach you that when you do this pose, it's not a big movement. This is it. All you need to start to do is look with your eyes left, and that's the twist. Yes. Lift from your inner thigh. If the arm has the nature to go up, you go for it. I feel like my arm goes up like once a month. Once a month, the arm can go up. The rest of the month, no, it stays down. Good. Couple more breaths. You got this. Good. Both hands to the blocks. To get out today, just step the right leg back. Step the left leg back. Plank position. Let's clear it out. Up to smooth. Hips go up and back, down dog. Back knee down, please. When you drop your knee down, it needs to be on an angle. So right leg forward. Yes. Rise, supported lunge. Pad the knee, lift up for a sec. And then slide the knee back more. Yeah. And the hands can stay down. If you can't come up, just stay like this. Yep. Drag the hands to prayer, guys. Inhale the breath. Lean out, hook the elbow and twist. Even if you always take this pose with the knee lifted, today I want you to take it with your back knee down. Yep. Sometimes give yourself the opportunity to be in a little less of an intense version of what you normally do, and you feel things differently. Feel your back thigh. That thigh is on a strong angle, and that's what you want, that elongation. You have 2 more breaths here. Lean back a little, get in there. Hands to the ground. Lift your left knee up off the ground. Step to a down dog. Just step into a down dog. Step the left foot forward. Drop a supported lunge. Perfect. Just reminding you, the knee's on an angle. Drag the hands to prayer. Inhale the breath. You want to lean out a little first, then hook the elbow and twist. It's a very small movement. Just have those hands down if the twist doesn't work today. And just work on opening up the psoas. So our psoas is the front line of our body. It's our walking muscle. Or better for me, my running muscle. Right. It's it's my life muscle. It's my life. Right there is our lives, our livelihood. I had my husband in London and he's like, something's not right with you. We hit 33,000 steps, Julie, because I made him follow me to Green Park, then St. James Park, and then Hyde Park. And then I made him walk to the theater. And he was like, at the end of the day, he was, it was awesome. It was so great. Couple more breaths. Hands to the earth. Lift the right knee. Step to a dog. I'm going to bring you to the floor, but first, I need you to lean on your right hand for a Vashisthasana side plank, but I need you to pick one that you know you can do for 5 to 8 breaths. So if that's modifying by dropping your right knee, please do that. Yeah, just pick a direction. We can all go different ways. We're unique. Yes. Plank position. Add in your vinyasa if you want it. And when you hit your down dog, you're going to go right to the other side. Here we go. Yep. Pick one you know you can maintain. Go the way you didn't go yet. Yeah. And if you're facing your neighbor, say hi. It's like the people in town, when you pass them to run, they don't say hi. I was like, seriously, just be friendly. Oh, I'll tell you later. It was intense. Stack the body up. You have 3 more breaths. Yes, even if you want to get out, stay in it. Down dog. Just go to a down dog. When you hit your down dog, sweep your right knee forward for a half pigeon. It's like a dream come true. Yes, if half pigeon is something your body cannot do right now, you're going to go on your backs and you're going to take ankle to knee on your back. How's my buddy over here doing? You good? You good? You good? Great. Utilize your breath, guys. Be in the hip. Let's switch through a down dog, or if you're on your back, you just switching your back. No one's on their back. So just everyone feed their left leg forward and through and find half pigeon on the left side. Yes. Yeah, go on your back. We're going there next, so. Few more breaths. Stay with it. Good. You'll lift your torso up. We're going to swing the right leg around and we're going to lay on our backs. We're going to take bridge slightly different today. Okay. So we're going to lay down. Bring your blocks with you if you think you're going to need them in a sec. When you hit the floor and bridge, you know, normally your feet are underneath your heels. Your knees are underneath your feet. I want your feet out a little higher and I want your heels to dig in. So it's going to look like this. Okay. Use the back of the triceps. You're not going to get nearly as much height, but I want you to dig your heels into the mat and take like a longer positioning of where your feet are. So they're more forward. That's it. Perfect. And then scoot your shoulder blades kind of underneath you. And use the back of your triceps. Perfect. Nice. That's exactly it. Exhale the breath lower down. Good. Walk your feet in a little closer. Get the feet flat this time. Get them a little closer. Get the feet flat. If there's any pressure on your knees, you want your feet in front of your knees, okay? Just something to keep in mind. Inhale the breath. Exhale, lift up. Lift up again into bridge the more traditional way. And just see if you feel any difference in your body. Maybe you like one way better or more or less. Mm-hmm. When you lift your hips up, there's space that you're creating from your tailbone to the backs of your knees. You're not crunching your low back. Exhale the breath lower down. If you're dying to go in a full wheel, you're welcome to do so. I think 99% of you are going to lift up. You're going to slide a block underneath your lower back, either low, medium, or high. The highest is going to be the most intense. Yeah, Lexi, if you're going to go into it, flip the palms and just go into it. You can always join us after you take a few breaths. So what we're going to do is we're setting up for a supported shoulder stand. The higher the block, the more you're going to feel. Lift your legs up. Karen, don't go yet because we're uneven. Yes, one leg at a time, you lift up. Good. Yes. When the legs lift, the knees can have a little bend to them if your hamstrings aren't giving you any love. Yes, what we want to do is have our feet directly over our hips. So the legs like to waver forward. So Jen, bring the legs back more towards the mirror. Keep going, keep going, keep going. Great. Now wrap your hands around the block, interlace them. There you go. And make a Barbie foot, if you remember what Barbie feet look like. It's like a pointed, but not pointed. It's, yeah. We have no Barbies anymore. Yeah, no more Barbies. We've moved on. After one of my kids like took the head off of one of the Barbies, it was like, okay, I think Barbie's over. Yeah, cut the hair, gave it a haircut. Yeah, kind of a rite of passage. Close your eyes, guys. Breathe. This is flushing out lactic acid, all the stuff that made you sore this morning. Bend your knees slowly with your eyes closed. Take your feet flat down to the ground. Slow. Do it slow. Once the feet hit the ground, lift the hips up just a smidgen and remove the block very slow. Okay, very slow. Take the feet the width of the mat and knock your knees in. This is how we started the practice. Move very slow. Drop your knees over to the right. And this time your right foot can come over the top of that left thigh for a little bit more of an IT band stretch, if that feels okay. Let the foot slide off the thigh first. Rock up to center, drop your knees with your feet wide over to the left. Your hips have to lift a little. Then the left foot can come on top of that right thigh to the outer part where the IT band is, and you kind of press down. Let the foot slide off the leg, roll up to center. Hug your knees in towards your chest. Give them a very big squeeze. If there's anything that you need to do, do it now. If not, find your way right to Shavasana, complete rest. Honestly, the best part of the practice. If lower back is sensitive, slide blocks underneath your thighs today as the legs can go out. Close your eyes, turn your palms open. The next 2 minutes are a gift. Big breath in. Loud exhale breath out. If you prefer to finish your practice in a laying down position, please just ignore me. If you're ready to re-enter, arms reach up over the top of the head for a full body stretch. Slowly bend the knees in towards the chest, give them a good squeeze. And then rock up slowly with your eyes closed to a seated position, any way that feels good to you. As you sit up tall. Let the shoulders draw down the back. And just feel. Every time you do a practice, it's like a little journey. So you leave the journey feeling a little bit more empowered, a little lighter, a little freer, and definitely a little sweaty. Drag the hands to prayer, bow the head, always have some gratitude. It's the best attitude. Lift the head, open the eyes. Namaste. Hydrate yourselves. It was a sweaty one. I will be here Tuesday and Friday next week. And I will see you then. Let me know if you have any questions, concerns, comments, or feedback.